done. This will sell out today.
Oh.
I'm debuting it right here.
He's never wrong when he says that.
485. 485. So when the United States government started this year, they decided they were going to do something special. And so they issued a series of United States Lincoln cents with the proof set, the silver proof set, and the mint set with a special West Point mint mark on it. The last one to be released was the mint set coin, the SP coin, the mint state coin, the MS coin. Of all the coins that are out there, of all the coins of the Lincoln cents, by far the single most difficult to get in high grade is this coin. I'm $349.95. I challenge you in this grade, or in this grade, in Annex, whether it be first day of issue has to be us. But in Annex, NGC, or PCGS, I challenge you to find that coin for less than $1,000 anywhere else on the planet.
Wow.
We have got these coins, and I graded thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of these coins because we sold them in Mint State 69 sets, and we sold them in the 3-piece sets, and I sold them in the regular things. We sold thousands of these coins. And out of that, I got a couple of hundred Mint State 70s, SP 70s. They were just, because Mint State coins just don't, the government just doesn't take the care that they take with other coins. It's just that simple, is ultimately what it comes down to. So what I've got is I have got the SP 70, like I said, the Mint State 70. So this is the third coin. This is the West Point minted coin that they gave. This is the extra coin, the bonus coin. Now, it has been so popular, and in essence, I bought so many of them, that the Mint set, by the way, is currently sold out from the United States government. So you can't even get the coins. So when you look at these that you're going to have, and I'm going to also, this is the mint set. I'm going to give you the mint set with this. So this is the set that came with it, okay? And this is the coin itself. And this is the government pay. This is how you're going to get it, okay? A sealed mint set from the United States government, never been opened. But it's these coins right here. So that's like, I think that's about a $25, $35 value or something like that from the United States Mint on top of it. But the key to that is that's kind of cool and that's great, but it's this coin and it's this price. I can't impress upon you enough. So the Mint State 70 coins are absolutely, positively amazing in terms of rarity, collectability, desirability. So if you take a look at this, the population of like the NGC coins are about the same, about 485 coins. I think they're a tad bit less, but you can't find that coin for really less than about $2,000. Okay, that's a $2,000 coin. PCGS, they have a lower population because not many people graded PCGS.
Would this even be in the nationally advertised catalog?
No. Only you'd have to go out there and try to find it. It's just not even possible. It's just out there because there's only 500, or 1,000 of each company that are out there.
Out where? I don't trust anyone else.
Well, you don't do that. I mean, for me, it's other coin dealers that I talk to.
But for people like me, the public, it's hard to know where you trust to buy coins.
Absolutely, because you go out there and you have no idea where you're buying. That's right, if you're buying on the internet or whatever. Now, certified coins are a slightly different story. Now, Annex first day of issue, of course, you can only buy here anyway. But this is a pretty simple thing. So if you want an absolutely perfect Lincoln set, and this is the WMint, this is the West Point Mint. Do not confuse this with the coins that are out of the mint sets, the Philadelphia Never Mint. This is the special issue West Point minted cent. The United States government has never done a West Point minted Lincoln cent other than this year in 2009. They did a proof coin that came with the proof set. They did a reverse proof coin that came with the silver proof set. And then they did a mint state coin, a special finish coin, SP coin, one of the only SP pennies that the United States government has ever done. And they did that with the mint set is what they've done. But what I've got is I've got these 100% exclusive. These 485 will 100% sell out today. Absolutely, positively guaranteed. When we looked at the pricing at $349.95, when we looked at that pricing, I mean, I legitimately could have done $4.99, $5.99, $6.99, $7.99, still been by far and away the lowest price in the marketplace. There's no doubt about that. But we did what we normally do. We went our price. Okay, I had, I had 17,000 sets. Okay, I got 485 of these that I could do in the individual sets right here, just by itself, individually numbered that we have in terms of Annex SP70, because we just got none of these. Basically, the grading percentages were low single digits. Is ultimately so. If we put in 100 sets, we'd get 3. Okay, we'd get 2, we'd get 4 out of some of them. By the time we added that up with all the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of sets that we graded, we ended up with 485 these coins that we could do and sell individually, like his, in this individually matched number, or individual's not matched number because it's individually, in this individual that you've got here. So from a price standpoint, you have got one of the rarest coins that the United States government has ever made in terms of the Lincoln set. It is so popular in any grade that the Mint set is currently sold out from the United States Mint. It is currently sold out.
So you can't even go to the US
You can't even go and get it. And if you did, you'd have to buy 100 of these sets, which you'd spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on to try to get one of the coins in SP70 perfect. It is one of the rarest modern issue
coins either.
What's that?
It's not free to certify coins.
No, absolutely. $15 a coin is what you're going to do with this. So what you have with this is that only 485 of these, and it's the price. Like I said, you can't find this coin at $3.99, and I'm talking about first day issue. You can pick NGC, you can pick PCGS, Annex, of course, is exclusive to us. You can't find it at $3.99 or $4.99 or $5.99 or $6.99 or $7.99 or $8.99. You can't do any of those prices. $349 is so significantly below market. I feel like it's kind of almost a gift out there to our viewers. Thank you so much for watching. This is really what we try to do. I give you the best possible coins that I can do at the best possible prices. It is just that simple. This coin is the embodiment of this. I have a rare coin at a price that's half or a third of what you're going to find other first day issues out there in the marketplace, but I've got this coin at only $349. I'm going to give you the Mint set that comes with it. It comes with the red oak presentation box. It's 100% exclusive to us. Like I said, it will sell out in the primetime show tonight, 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern tonight. This will, whatever we haven't sold here tonight, I suspect we're under 400 or close to being under 400 on this. So that means tonight, you know, if you're not going to watch tonight, you absolutely positively have to get this right here, right now.
All right, so it's brand new, item number 677705. We've got about 20 more seconds, $349.95. I do believe that if you have an HSN card, you get a flex pay, $174.98. We are gonna mention the Two Nations coins set that we showed you earlier.